The remix with your busy body, your beat, this is the remix.
Crazy things are happening, crazy things are happening.
Problem, another problem.
My name is Asitonka Agri Abba and channel is called Acid Darling because I'm such a darling. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Sugar Acid Darling. Thank you guys so much for clicking once again. If you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing. And to all my OGs, you know what to do. Comment down below. Let me know, gang. Crazy things are happening. Guys, the bench gang is back. We are back better than ever. Our enemies wanted to use our bench to do firewood. But Mercy said no. We kicked them out to the market square. Amen. All right, guys. So, yesterday I posted a video about men walking out of their marriage. And truly, I have been sad. Like, that video opened up a new line for me because we're seeing tweets from men casually talking about leaving their kids, going to start a new life, changing their phone, phone number, their digital footprints. These men will up and leave a sick child. I mean, I even said in the video that men, singles, you have to be more careful because even those of us in the marriage, we are beginning to get the heat like, so these things can happen. If you were living in La La Land, wake up. There are things that are more sinister. So I couldn't help but ponder on this our Yul Judy saga, and it got me feeling sad. I won't lie to you guys. It got me feeling sad. So let me get to the tea that I got. I got this tea like some days back and I just brushed it aside. But after yesterday's story, I'm like, no, let's revisit this matter. So remember the video I did about Judy being pregnant, okay? Well, that report might be most likely true. You know why? Because recently you posted a video of his dad praising his acting skills. I'm going to attach that clip here and then you let me know what you observed in the clip, okay?
Yes, Chief. Yeah, Director. So, I want to say that you're very, very meticulous in your interpretation, and I want to congratulate you.
Thank you, sir.
You're working with a team that is very cooperative. There's so much harmony in the entire setup. I've been in a lot of locations, and it's easy to detect dissonance, altercation in most productions. But in this case, from the moment the first scene was shot up till now, there has been no disagreement, not even a semblance of it. And that's an indication that there's so much harmony in the team. And I want you to keep it up.
Thank you,
So
sir.
I want to congratulate you, congratulate your team, congratulate the producer.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
I look forward to working with you.
We have five more scripts for you. You'll pay up front. Producer, you must have something to say. Thank you, guys. Thank you, team. You guys are doing great, man.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. Wonderful teamwork.
The producer is making sure that everybody's well taken care of.
All right, let's go. Thank you very much, sir. Let's go.
All right, so from that video, basically they all acted the movie together. But let me tell you guys something. Honestly, I am not the kind of woman that knows when women, their bodies change. Like, I'll be the last person to physically come and tell you that you look pregnant. Because I will just know that your face is changing, but I don't want to say anything. Maybe you went through pregnancy and a miscarriage. I don't want to hurt your feelings. But Judy is looking different. Judy is looking different. Like, not different, pregnant, different. Do you understand? That video I told you guys, like, she's now taking up more pregnancy roles. Like, even in this movie, they just concluded for some reason, somehow, she had a scene where she was pregnant, same as the last movie that she did. So let's put into consideration that right now, that is the kind of roles she has been acting, okay? So what you guys think? When you posted it, you know how Yul is now. His caption for the video was about, how his dad told him, when he came out of school, he directed a movie with his dad. His dad told him to go back to acting. He went back to acting, made his mark and came back. And now that he has directed his dad is praising him because, Pete Edochie is like a big name in this Nollywood. Let's not even take it out. Like, that man deserves all his flowers plus the tree. In fact, not just flower from plants. He deserves a whole tree, you understand? So he has done well for himself. But that aside, this particular story is more concerning the state of affairs, like Judy right now. To further fuel the speculations, Judy posted a picture of a cute baby girl which hints that maybe she's expecting a girl. Okay. Right now I really don't even know what to think. Like, I've done these stories over and over again. The first time I reported it, in my heart and my head, I knew that when this story broke, remember we've been following it since April last year, I made a comment in one of my live streams and I said, are you sure this story is not breaking because this lady is pregnant for the second child? I made that comment, and I know sometimes I just make these comments, and when it becomes true, you become scared. Like, you're like, are you serious? You get that kind of thing. Because I even made a comment when people were like, oh no, it's Jazz, May should pray so that her husband will come back. I'm like, no, we don't want him to come back and just say it's Jazz. You know, there are some men from the story we did yesterday that will leave a house for 8 years and just casually run in. They will come back, they'll just stroll in. And then women have to forgive. Some women take them back. Some children are forced to, it's your father. Your father is your father. I do weddings. I'm telling you the truth. A man can be absent from his child's life and frustrate this girl during her wedding planning process. He will add to the list. He will act all. See, and then you have elders that want to emotionally blackmail the girl into anyhow you do, it's still your father, and it's crazy because men know these things. That's why they walk out. You see men living in marriage and saying, my children will look for me. That's painful. That's a form of abuse. Guys, I don't know if you follow. That's a form of abuse. So it got me thinking about a lot of things. And if all these things concerning this Judy being pregnant again, because initially, like, I remember telling you guys, see, I even want her to be pregnant so that this story there will be no going back. And truly, even as a sly person that she is, I mean, she's in the marriage. If he just said, okay, you know what, you gave birth to my son, it's fine, I accept the boy, that's a different case. But for him to go a step further, to actually pay something, no matter legally or illegally, for her, she's equal parts. Like, she has changed her name. She's a wife. So this is not about dodging pregnancy. She will take as many pregnancies as she can take. You get that kind of thing. So I want to ask this question sincerely. What do you think May should do? I'm not talking about those unrealistic comments. I'm talking for people that somebody that has been through this type of thing. A child that has been through this type of thing, because as much as we want to advise May as fellow ladies, you also need to also advise her as a child that has survived this. We have children that physically will tell their parents or tell their moms, mommy, don't go, mommy, stay. And I see what daddy is doing, mommy, just hold on, And as much as you will talk from now till tomorrow, the mother, I would 100%, even if the person is my best friend and I'm the one shouting she should leave, I'll tell her to listen to her kids. Children have a way with their own, exposure and all of that. And I don't feel, this is me just talking from my own part, I don't feel that most times we should allow ourselves to be consumed by emotions. I personally believe that the way she's taking it is 100% the right way. Like, you're not getting husband rights in the sense that you walk into the house and I'll open leg for you. You're not getting husband rights in the sense that me, I'm coming out and still forming, the two of us are dragging you. Today, Judy will post you. Next tomorrow, I'll post you. No, you're not getting those rights. But for this house that I built, for this name that I also built, for this, the things that I built up, the things I have, you get that kind of, I'm also learning from her reaction. So that's why I'm also putting it out there in the open. Realistically, what do you guys think? Recently, in fact, when what was his name? When Judy was the governor, Anambra governor, and when he recently was praising Yul, of course, Judy was like, hey, the best thing, she has a way with the words. And guys, if people don't know Yul is that type of person, you get. So when they called him up to the Abga stand, Judy released her post, Eze DK1 of Inteje, God's favorite son, the sky is your starting point, the best man alive, keep being awesome. And Yul, of course, will respond, Ijele Odogu, thank you so much, may God's blessing never cease in your life, amen. They have their own way. Personally, I may have run out of advice. That's why I'm putting it out there for people that have gone through this situation, okay? If indeed Judy gets her second child, like she's pregnant and she has given birth to the second child, we have two options now. Let us check how old that child is because trust us now, calculation people are going to calculate. But most importantly, we have to check like situation of things because this story broke April, okay? April, I think that was Rita Dominic's wedding. Was it April, May? I think after Rita Dominic's wedding in April, May. So from May till now, let's say maybe this month or next, because the truth is, if Judy gives birth today, she might not post that child immediately. Do you understand? The same way they didn't post the son till he was like 10 months. The story broke when the boy was already 10 months. 2 months later, he was celebrating his first birthday. If we backtrack, we are seeing that pregnancy had lasted like 9 months before that. So the whole thing was a mess. But for me personally, I really don't know what to advise. I just really pray for me. I really pray for me because every step of the way, it almost seems like things are, there's things are falling apart and there's things are scattering. But I want to ask men, if there's a guy listening to this particular video, what exactly should women look out for? What exactly will your wife do that will make you not sit her down and divorce her, but you just stand up and go and marry somebody else? I don't know. I don't know. We have the cowards that just pick up their bag and leave. End of the month, end of the year. Somebody even rightly put out that it almost seems like the moment they get their salary, the moment they get their payments, they're out. Otilo. It just seems like, and you know, one thing you're forgetting is that these side chicks are looking very nice right now because you're seeing them once in a while. But strolling back when your wife has gotten her groove back is wickedness. It's wickedness. If you think you're coming back simply because you see that, oh, right now, since I left the house, she's looking like she's shining too much. Let me come back. Let me beg. And then we have women that have to open their arms and accept you. I'm telling you the gospel truth. Not all women will do that. So for those men that have planned in their hearts that they are going to go around and misbehave, remember that in your old age, you do not know what will come. Imagine you fall sick. And it's at the time you fall sick, this woman picks her bag and decides to go and have a sugar baby. Leaves you there. Nobody's taking care of you because she remembers you left her. The kids remember you as a horrible father. They leave you to die. What will you do? I mean, you're dead, you're dead. What will you do? You can't even be a wicked ghost because it's karma. What will you do? These are some of the things that I feel men should consider when you're going around dealing with your wife, quote unquote. After a while, those girls, you will no longer appeal to them. So you start forcing money to be your choice of, appeal. And then when all the chips are down, all the kids are in university, when everything is said and done, when you really now look back and you want peace, you find out that you mess things up. You start being a philosopher. You start advising young boys, unsolicited advice. You stop any young boy and want to advise him because of mistakes you made. But guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Man, after yesterday's video, I just sat back and I was like, this whole YUL saga is somehow. I know that because Nigeria, we are so public and YUL is so out there, he cannot even be mental enough to wake up and say he wants to, he's leaving his children. Do you get that kind of thing? But it looks like it. It looks like it because even your kids were not aware. You just wake up and you go. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section because even you saying, yes, I'm still in my children's life, to them, it looks like you walked out and decided to go and have another family. Guys, am I hallucinating? That's what it's looking like because there are stories that bring stories. And as much as a lot of us are shocked by this thing, after breaking that story, I tell you for a fact, there are many people that are saying, see, this thing happens back to back. You don't even want to know how often this thing happens. I have an aunt that this happened to. I have an uncle that this happened to. Even me as I'm planning, I know somebody that it happened to. It happened to. There's a bride, it happened to her. The next time she saw her dad was when she was getting married. And then he came with plenty list and trying to disrupt the things. And then, see, at that point, you can't even blame your children for taking a stand. She cut him off every damn thing. She just wanted this situation of, When you're entering a new family, you don't want a situation whereby you seem like it's only your family that is dysfunctional. Do you understand? You don't want your in-laws to look at you in a way. So she wanted, okay, let her father come. They'll try to make a very nice clothes for him. Try to put him in the... Only for this man to want to come, force for his wife to be in the program. This is new wife that he went to bring, that they should have honor for this person. Wedding that you're not paying for, child that you did not know how she graduated, someone that went abroad, the mother sold almost everything, trained all her children, blood, sweat, and tears. You wake up and you want to keep demands. I'm telling you that this man, while he was busy plotting and looting, he did not know wedding came and left. Wedding came and left. Before he will even wake up, they are finished getting married and they walked out. You're even writing a list that is longer than the list that the mother's family wrote. Because why are you writing a list? We riverine people, there's a way, if you don't marry the bride's mom fully, when it's time for the daughters to marry, it's the bride's mother's family that has to write a list. You, the father, no matter what you spend, you can't write a list, because by right, you have to finish paying for their mother for you to take ownership for the children. Do you understand? That's the way it is in River State. So you can imagine the pain. If not that, of course, you have a considerate family, in-laws that understand. Those things can cause fracas in new marriages. I pray that men understand the extent with which their decisions can affect their children beyond them. You don't want anybody telling you, hope you can stay in a house. This one that your father left your mother. Hope you don't have bad character, or maybe they are leaving people. In-laws can say all sorts of things. And these innocent children have to live through your own mistake, your own selfishness. For me, it's strange. It's strange. I get it. I like the fact that May is being very, very slow and calculative. I've told you people, if you want to use law to follow anybody, law is a game of patience. It's a game of time. You just be doing it gradually. You want to seal every loophole that any defense lawyer can use against you. Before you sue, you have to make sure that your tracks are clear. If you want to even use law, if you want a situation whereby your children look back and say, my mother did not go about airing dirty laundries because she was angry. My mother did not go about insulting my father everywhere because she was angry. Never would you hear that kind of thing from her mouth. Why? Because you want a situation whereby even your kids see that you carried the matter in grace. I know that even those that cannot carry it in grace, nobody's blaming you, because anybody wakes up and finds out their husband that they talked to 45 minutes ago has gone to marry another woman that has given birth for him, and the child is almost 1 year. Nobody will be normal. Nobody will be... In fact, May is like... people like May, they're remaining only 5 in this entire globe. Only 5. So those ones are endangered species. Some of us, the madness will not even have part 2. We'll take time to rest, but the madness you will see crazy. But guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Like, a lot of people have voted for this particular matter to be trashed out as a live session. So of course we're going to look into it, plan it properly, make sure that we talk about it, because guys, crazy things are happening. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. What do you think about this whole situation? If Auntie Judy finally gives birth, what will happen? For me, I feel like after the first, there's nothing that is shocking anymore, especially because he has, quote unquote, gone to pay something on her head. So she, in her own stead, is feeling like she has to build her own family. Do you understand that kind of thing? It's the balls for me. It's giving audacity. It's giving balls. It's giving everything. But what we do? You remember the last video we did concerning this issue was about the Sarah Martins lady that went to Dr. Free's live session and was talking all sorts of trash. This kind of thing is where work wife. I told the people that some people actively have work wife, work husband. That's their colleagues that they become so close to that they start developing feelings for. So you have a colleague in the office that checks on you, you become very close. Your wife at home doesn't really know some things about your work stress, how to calm you down. This your work wife. I feel, me personally, 100%, I feel this their craziness started as work husband and work wife. You get that kind of thing. Like, hey, when I go to the office, this is my work wife. Oh, she's the one that takes care of me. Ha, ha, ha. Small feelings will enter. And now you are seemingly perfect because you can see him when he's super stressed and then how he navigates with the movies and everything. You're there at his workplace. It looks like you are perfect, right? The one that is at home that probably doesn't know what's up, maybe she asks a question that is off point. You're in the same industry. You're in the same office. You know that this one is ledger file, auditing file. You know the words to use and how to take care of somebody that is stressed in that industry. You look more perfect than the wife that will say, honey, you're back. How was work? How was work is like a vague question. And most times people don't want to go back to back. You know, the is fine. And then she's trying to ask about other things. It almost seems like she doesn't care. Guys, beware of the danger that comes with this type of thing. Beware of the danger. Beware. You'll be in your bedroom saying, but if you see Ijoma that is in the office, Ijoma will be asking me, hope the auditing file and the ledger file and this file that you submitted last week, that you checked for errors in column 4, 5, and 6. It looks like Ijoma knows me. Ijoma gets me. Be careful. Be careful. You know, it's things that are seemingly far, things that are far-fetched that look like they're interesting. Now your wife is looking boring, Abi. Some people, in fact, this year, they have started planning. Maybe it's this January, maybe it's this February now. February salary you're waiting for to leave your home because of a work wife or a side chick. Be careful. I pray that as you're leaving, it's only your wife. I pray for you because most of these stories, they are leaving children. That is where I have a problem with. That is where I have a problem with. Focus your wickedness on one person, no problem. No problem. I mean, women are foolish. Take 14 days to fear women. Fear women, no problem. But then in your wickedness and in your in your kindness, you are leaving a child for the wicked woman. Your own child. No matter how wicked the woman is, how many of these stories had a woman, as you leave, myself, I carry my bag, I leave our children, so that all these orphanages will come and pick them. Will you be happy? Do you know some men will not even care? There are men that have not even called. They don't know what's up. They will just be using Instagram to know how their child is growing. Remember I did a story about Yvonne Jegede. Yvonne Jegede has given birth. And her son's father has seen that boy only once when he was 6 months or 8 months. Only once. He's in Lagos. I don't understand the pain. Many stories affect me, but that one, I don't even know her so much as an actress, but guys, that her story was so heartbreaking. I think I talked about it on a live session. So heartbreaking. If you guys know Yvonne Jegede, check her Instagram page. That boy is so fine. That boy has started asking for his father. She reached out to his family and begged him to come around. This boy has classmates. Everybody's coming with their daddy. He can't always be showing up with his grandfather. And his father is in Lagos. The wickedness you're doing. You think you're punishing the mother. The wickedness you're doing. This boy has to grow up to be hard. Because his father walked out for no reason. For no reason. This story is closer than we think. We are seeing it far. We are seeing it far. Some of us, if we look in depth, many people are struggling. Many women are struggling. So be kind to a single mother. You don't know her story. If you see a single mother, hey, single mothers everywhere. Single mothers everywhere. Some of them, they have not opened their mouth to tell you their story. Be kind though. I know that some of you now, the highest insult you want to use is, I'm in my husband's house. After all, you're not in your husband's house. Please. Let us be kind, okay? Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And I also want to hear from the guys. I also want to hear from the single ladies. What do you think about marriage? Single people, in fact. How is it? How is your train of thought? Because some of these stories, man, if it's scary for me as a married person, I'm wondering how single people are going to take it. Because right now, when you want to marry, don't be eating small chops. Some of you, seafood pasta, ice cream. A la carte relationship. I beseech you to ask deep things. Look how he takes care of other children, how he takes care of his younger ones. Is this the kind of person? Ask him things, you know. You can watch a documentary that has to do with child disabilities and autism and all of that. See how he reacts. It will help you to know who you want to marry. Will this man leave me if our child has autism? Will this man leave me if our child has anything? Will this man leave me if I'm sick in this marriage and I've not given him children? With this, you know, there are questions you need to ask. This question has nothing to do with what's your best color. What type of shoe do you like? Valentine is coming. Don't be carried away. Many of you will receive rings. Look into that person's eye and be sure of the place you're going to. As much as I'm happy for you as a wedding planner, these stories are real life stories. How, no matter the number of God forbid we want to say, these are things that happen. We cannot just say God forbid and leave it. We have to start teaching ourselves. We have to start teaching our sons, our daughters. We have to start being intentional. These are things that we need to ask. If you as a man, you're not ready for a child, please don't allow people force you to have a child when you're not ready for a child. If you know that this girl you're marrying, you don't really love her. There's a way you love somebody passively. You've not gotten there yet. I beseech you, children will expose your foolishness. Don't have them. Don't have them. Some of you think having children will help your marriage. I'm sorry to tell you. Children, you see these small adults, as they come into your marriage, if you know your marriage has crack, they will use leg and expose that crack. Children, the both of you better love yourself very well, because even when a couple, they are in love, when children come in, they shake it. They shake it. There's some little annoyance. Hold the baby now. Me, I've been holding him. Me, I want to sleep. Little annoyance. But imagine when there's no love. Please, children are very delicate. If you know that you're not in love with her, you know that she's wicked, you've seen signs of wickedness, people should take 1 year or 2 years to sort yourself out before you bring these children, so that you don't wake up one day, carry your bag and say, I went to the office, I left, I never look back. What kind of nonsense cowardice is that? We should praise you for working out on your family. Even if you feel this girl is a mad person, I beg you, don't have children immediately. Tell her, Nkechi, I think your head is not correct. Let us go for counseling. Let us correct your head first before we bring children. Nkechi, I think your head is not correct. I don't want to marry you. It's better she's crying out of cancelled weddings, because I have even a playlist about cancelled weddings. For those of you that have not watched, please go and check it out. It's better she's crying now than for you to take her into the marriage and make her not a single mother after she has gotten married. She's not a single mother out of wedlock. She married and became a single mother. Her husband is alive. Oh my goodness. That is painful. I really pray for May. I pray that May finds strength continuously. As this story develops, it gets messier. It's just a story of patience. It's just a story of every single day, God, I seek your face. I seek your face. I seek your face. You know, one of my friends was talking one day when we were talking about this story and said, when it comes to marriage, you have to be careful. You have to be careful. Even in pain, everything has to be. You have to think not just for yourself. You think for children. That's the fate of a mother. There's nothing we can do about it. But guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember, she has 4 beautiful kids, and like I told you people before, you don't just take decisions without involving your children. These children have emotions, they have feelings. The fact that you and your husband, you pull your head is not correct does not mean you should not take the children into consideration. You understand? There are children that will tell you, Mommy, leave that man. Listen to them. There are children that will tell you, Mommy, I've had enough. I think it's time for you to move on. There are children that will come up to you and they will agree and say, Mommy, don't worry. Right now, if you remarry, we're okay with it. Ask around, children do it. There are children that walk up to their parents and say, divorce, the two of you are not happy. You go your separate ways. You go. It's something I do. It's so, like, ask. At that time, it is better. But even before then, please always ask your children. This is my opinion. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please do not shy away. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Share this video to somebody that you think would help. If there's any woman going through this, I really pray for you. We're using me as point of contact, but we know there are lots of women that are going through this right now. You wake up, your husband has a girl on the side that has kids. There's confusion. Your children are confused. You're confused. I pray that God strengthens you, because it's never easy. There's no yes or no. There's no manual to navigate this type of situation. But I pray for you. Let everything that God has proposed for your hearts, every step of the way, I pray that you have the strength and the courage to make the right decision at the right time. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I remain your girl, Asi Darling. Please check out my other videos. I'll see you in my next one. Bye, guys.